Hello and welcome to Lighten Up. Grab your favorite cup of turmeric latte and we'll get started. Come lying down onto your back, get nice and comfortable. Today's class focuses on a lot of hip work as we are going to be building into eagle. So bring the knees together, inner knees touching one another, and wiggle your feet towards the outer edges of your mat. Allow the shoulders and the back of the head to relax into the mat and start to focus on your breath work. Open the knees a little bit here as you bring the heels of your feet slightly behind the glutes. Hug the right knee in towards your chest. Very gently rocking the knee a little bit to the left and to the right. If it's available to you, try extending the left leg straight towards the bottom of the mat. Keep a nice tight compression of your thigh in towards your rib cage as you continue to draw the knee to the left and to the right. Release your right foot to the mat and slide left foot in to meet the right. Straighten out your right leg, foot towards the sky. Slowly bending at the knee and then straightening the leg, just per your range of motion. Find a rhythm, straightening and bending. This motion opens the energy channels of the legs. Lower the right foot to the mat and stomp both feet back and forth several times. This releases all of that built up energy. Coming into shoelace, cross the right leg over the left leg so that the knees are pretty much in line with one another. You might stay here with the left foot into the mat or on a block. If it's available to you, try drawing the knees a little bit closer in towards the body. You might take a few breaths here before taking a hold of the tops of the ankles and drawing the heels in towards the hips. Be mindful of your breathing. We're here for 2 more breaths. Releasing the legs if they were lifted off of the mat, but keep them crossed. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Take the right arm and cross it under the left arm. Hook at the elbows, the wrists, and the palms of the hands for eagle arms. If this is too much, you can simply cross the right arm under the left and reach for opposite shoulders. This is eagle, or the shape of our eagle on our backs. Lifting the feet off of the mat, you might hook the right toe behind the left calf if it's available to you. On an exhale, draw the elbows and the thighs towards one another. Use your core. Lower down. Try to get the toes and the fingers to touch the mat as you lower. So exhale, draw in, elbows towards thighs, and float back to the mat. If you're holding on to opposite shoulders, then don't worry about touching your fingertips towards the back of the mat. Simply lower the shoulders and the back of your head. Strong core. Wherever you are, bring it up one more time and hold here, elbows to thighs, breathing for 3, 2, and 1. slowly lower back down. Unwind the arms and allow them to open out to the side like airplane wings. Shift the hips a little bit to the right so that you can roll onto the left hip, lowering your knees to the left side of the mat. If this is too much or too intense, you might uncross the legs, bringing the right knee to the inside of the left knee. Try tilting your chin towards the right shoulder. Last 2 breaths. Use your exhale to unwind the body, bringing the knees back to center. Uncross the right leg. Interlace your hands to the front of the left knee and hug the left thigh bone in towards your rib cage, gently rocking the knee to the left and to the right. Maybe extending the right leg straight to the bottom of the mat, or you can keep your right knee bent. Slide your right foot in and extend the left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Find that movement, bending the knee, pressing up through the heel. So bending and straightening the leg. Lower the left foot to the mat and stomp both feet back and forth, dispersing that energy. Crossing the left leg over the right leg for shoelace on our backs. So find your setup here, whether that's drawing the knees in or simply resting the right foot into the mat. Last 2 breaths before we begin to create our eagle shape on our backs. Exhale to release the right foot to the mat. Reach your arms up. Cross the left arm under the right arm, bending at the elbows, connecting at the wrists and the palms for eagle arms, or reach for opposite shoulders. Exhale, draw it in, elbows towards knees, lower down. Exhale, elbows, knees together for 4. Inhale, float down. Exhale, 3. Bring it together. Lower. 2. Control the movement. And last one. Elbows towards knees. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release all the way down. Unwind the arms. Airplane them out to the side. Shift the hips a little bit to the left side of your mat as you roll on towards the right hip, lowering your knees to the right side. Remember, uncross the legs if you need to. One more big breath here. And now use your exhale to unwind the lower body, uncross the left leg, hug both knees in towards your chest, and give your body a little rock and roll to the left and to the right. Rolling onto one side of the body or the other, come forward onto the hands and the knees. Moving from your tabletop, begin to flow into your cat-cow. And remember, exaggerate the movement, really get into it. Your spine loves this. Tuck the toes, begin to straighten the legs as you lift the hips, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, pedal the heels, find your downward facing dog. Adding a twist, walk your hands in about a handprint towards your feet. Shorten your dog. Bend the left knee, lift the heel off of the mat, and reach your right hand across your legs. See if you can get a hold of the outer left thigh, or maybe fingers can reach towards the outer left calf, maybe getting a hold of the ankle. Twisting up underneath the left side of your body. If it's available, try straightening the left leg, pressing the heel back to the mat. And you'll be looking up underneath the left armpit towards the ceiling. On your next exhale, release the left ankle, walk your hands out in front of you, coming into a high plank. This is a moving high plank, so you'll roll to the right and to the left. As you roll to the right, pop up onto the left fingertips. As you move to the left, pop up onto the right fingertips. Strong core engagement. We're moving here for 3, 2, and 1. Lower to the knees, bring chin and chest to the mat. Slowly lower the belly. And inhale, peel up, cobra. Elbows stay drawing in towards the rib cage. Exhale, forehead or chin to the mat. One more time. Inhale, gracefully rising up. Press the heart forward and up, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Pressing back into your tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Adding that twist, walk your hands in closer towards the feet, shortening your dog. Bend your right knee, cross the left hand over to the right leg, maybe the outer thigh, the outer calf, or your ankle, twisting up underneath the right side of your body. And if it's available to you, try working to straighten the right leg as much as possible. Look up underneath the right armpit towards the ceiling. Exhale to release the left hand and crawl the hands out into your moving high plank. Maybe this time, draw the elbow up towards the ceiling. So as you roll to the right, lift left elbow up towards the ceiling, back and forth. Last one, and lower to the knees. Bring chin and chest to the mat. Lower the belly. Inhale, cobra, flow up. Exhale, take your time, lower down. One more. Inhaling, cobra. Exhale, float to the mat. Press back, downward facing dog. Looking towards the front of your mat, begin to walk your feet up towards your hands all the way to the top of the mat. Bend the knees, reach for opposite elbows and hang in your ragdoll. Allow the body to sway a little to the left and to the right, or maybe you shake your head yes and no. Releasing your hands, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Keep your chin tucked in towards your chest, even as you come to standing. Interlace your hands behind your head and draw the elbows towards one another, rounding through the thoracic spine, the shoulders. And now open the elbows as you lift the chin. Lean back in towards your hands, look up towards the sky. Release your arms by your sides, mountain pose. Bringing your hands to your hips, look down at your toes. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Right knee stacks over right ankle. Hips are sinking as you inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Hook your thumbs together, palms facing forward, fan the fingers wide, and lean back, taking a slight back bend. Exhale, release your hands to frame off the right foot, lower the left knee. Inhale, fingertips up towards the sky, low lunge. Sink through the hips. Cross the left arm under the right arm, connecting at the elbows, the wrists, the palms. Eagle arms, take a slight back bend here, and then exhale, begin to bow forward, drawing the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Squeeze the inner thighs together for balance. Inhale, rise back up. Unwind the arms, reach fingertips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, float your hands to the mat. Straighten both legs and begin to walk your fingertips all the way over to the left side of your mat, all 10 toes facing the left side of your mat. Heels are out slightly, toes pointed in. Walk your hands out in front of you and allow the chest and the forehead to melt to the mat, coming into a wide downward facing dog. If you've got a lot of tension in the shoulders, you might open the arms out a little bit wider, taking this into hammock. We're here for 2 more breaths. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders and wiggle the feet in, shortening your stance, maybe about hip width distance apart. Walk your hands to the back of the mat and pivot your toes along with you. Now keep going, taking it over to the left. Inner thighs are crossing, come onto the outer blades of your feet for standing sphere. You'll probably notice the sensation in the IT band for this one. In one continuous flowing motion, walk your hands to the right, unwinding the legs. Keep going all the way to the right. And eventually coming to the front of your mat, step the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, interlacing your fingers, releasing the index fingers, pointing them towards the ceiling. Press out through the right hip and pour your fingertips to the left. Bring it to center and take it to the other side. So swaying gently back and forth. Keep the collarbones broaden and keep the chin lifted so that it runs parallel to the mat. Either keep moving here or allow the right hand to slide down the right side of your leg. Left fingertips are stretching over towards the right side of the room. Create space in your upper body by rolling the left side of your rib cage up. We'll take it to the other side. Open the arms and exhale the left hand down the outer left thigh. Your body should be in a singular linear plane. We'll take one more breath here. And release. Rise up through the right fingertips and exhale, right arm down by your side. Taking your hands to your waist, look at your toes and step the right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale the arms up, high lunge. Hook the thumbs together above your head. Fan the fingertips, palms facing forward. Stretch back, taking a generous back bend if that's available to you by lifting the heart towards the sky. Exhale, release your hands to the mat, lower the right knee. Inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling, low lunge. Wrapping the right arm underneath the left arm, creating your eagle arms or reaching for opposite shoulders. Lift the elbows, lift the heart, look up. Use your exhale to begin to bow forward, drawing the left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Watch your balance. Inhaling, rise back up. Unwind the arms, reach fingertips to the sky. Exhale, hands to the mat. Straighten the legs. Walk your fingertips over to the right. All 10 toes facing the right side of your mat. Heels out slightly, toes in. Walk your hands out in front of you and melt the chest, the forehead, the heart down towards the mat, coming into a wide downward facing dog. Walk your hands underneath the shoulders and shorten the distance between your feet. Walking the fingertips to the back of the mat, pivot the toes with you. Keep going all the way to the right, rolling onto the outer blades of the feet, standing sphere. Completely unwinding the body, walk your hands to the back of the mat. Keep walking the fingertips to the left and then all the way towards the front of your mat. Right foot steps forward to meet the left foot. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold, compress belly into thighs. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, palms above you. Exhale, hands through to the heart. Deep inhale, reach the arms up. Palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step back into your high plank. Bend your knees so that they hover over the mat. Keep the hips stacking over the knees. Stay on the balls of your feet. Strong core engagement, press away from the mat. Now either staying here or alternate toe lifts. Lifting the right foot and lowering, and then lifting the left foot. Knees stay hovering over the mat. We're here for 5, 4, 3, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. 2, last one. And lower the knees to the mat. Crossing at the ankles, bring the legs out in front of you. Get ready for some exciting core work. So keep the knees bent, the ankles crossed. Take your hands to the front of the shins. Lift the chest and squeeze the thighs tightly in towards your upper body. See if you can lean back into the sits bones, lifting the feet off of the mat. Now you might stay here curled up into a ball, or you might bring your fingertips to the outside of your hips, or you might reach the arms out to the side, palms facing up. Using your core to keep the legs lifted, and you're thinking about strongly gluing those thighs in towards the chest. One more breath. Squeeze, 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 and release. Coming into Sukhasana, a cross-legged position. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand reaches behind you. Right hand crosses to the outside of the left thigh. If you'd like to add movement here, take your chin towards the front shoulder and then draw a straight line all the way towards the back shoulder. Release the left hand from behind you, facing the front of the mat. hugging the knees in towards the chest, coming back into that exciting core work. Lean in towards the sits bones, find your balance, lift the feet off of the mat. Maybe you play around with challenging your core a little bit more, extend the legs out and bend the knees. So extending the legs straight out in front of you, alternate crisscrossing one leg as you draw the knees in and then the other. Remember, you can bring your hands to the mat to support your balance as well. Wherever you are, we're here for 4, 3, come on, you've got this. 2, building that strong core, and 1, release. Crisscross the legs, easy seated pose. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, and exhale, find your twist to the right. Right hand floating behind you, left hand crossing over to the right thigh. Unwind your body, facing the front of your mat. Come forward onto the hands and the knees, taking it into that bear crawl position. Tuck the toes, knees hover above the mat 2 to 3 inches, keeping the knees under the hips. Stay here, or the left toes off of the mat and fire hydrant the knee out to the side, pointing the knee to the left. For 3, 2, and 1. Take it to the other side, lifting and lowering the right knee out to the side. Stay strong. 2 more. And release. Coming into your tabletop. Keeping the hips in a parallel line above the knees for puppy pose or Anahata Asana. Walk the hands far to the front of the mat and allow the heart to melt down towards the ground. Either resting your forehead into the mat, or if your chest touches the ground, you might bring your chin to the mat. Walk hands back in underneath the shoulders and step the right foot forward to the front of the mat, coming into a lunge. Hands frame off the right foot, straighten the left leg. Wiggle your right foot over towards the left side of your mat, over towards the left hand, so it looks like you're in a crooked lunge. And now begin to straighten the right leg. Stay here or walk your hands over to the upper right-hand corner of your mat. Allow the upper body to fold and press back slightly through the left heel. Release as you walk the hands back to frame off the right foot. Wiggle the foot back to center, lower the left knee, and send your right knee back to meet your left knee. Alternating sides, step the left foot forward, straighten your back leg, come into your lunge, and then work the left foot over towards the inside of your right hand. Straighten the left leg. Stay here or walk both hands towards the upper left-hand corner of your mat. Upper body folds, maybe pressing back through the right heel. As you release, walk your hands back to frame off the left foot. Wiggle your foot to center, lower the back knee. Send your left knee back to meet the right knee. Tabletop. Take a couple of cat-cows, inhaling and exhaling. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Send your body into downward facing dog. Looking towards the front of your mat, begin to walk your feet all the way up towards the hands. Inhale, lengthen through the heart, and then exhale, fold, compress the body in towards your legs. Inhaling, reverse your swan dive, palms touch above your head. Exhale, arms by your side, mountain pose. Coming into eagle, so I'll show you from the front. Take a moment to feel the solid, stable earth underneath your feet. So there's the four corners of your feet that help you to balance. Exhaling, bend your knees, dropping the hips slightly. Pause here, brace your core, open your arms out to the sides, and exhale as you cross right arm under the left, connecting at the elbows, the wrists, the palms. Or an alternative would be to reach for opposite shoulders. Settle into your hips. Take a deep breath in and out. Shift your weight into your left foot, raise the right knee, and try crossing the right thigh over the left. Maybe wrapping your right toe or toes around the left calf. Press down into the four corners of your left foot. Remember your balance. An alternative to crossing the legs would be to bring the right ankle over the left thigh or crisscross the right ankle in front of the left ankle. If your legs are completely crossed in Garudasana, eagle pose, try to keep the knees running through the center line of the body and the shoulders stacking above the hips. Let's take a breath to unwind here. Shake it out, let it go. Circle out the standing foot or wiggle your toes, and we'll take it into the other side. Find the stability in your feet so the earth's got you. Bending at the knees, crossing the left arm underneath the right arm, creating your eagle arms or reaching for opposite shoulders. Shifting your weight into the right foot, lift the left leg and cross it over the right. Maybe working to hook your toes behind the right calf. Keep your abs engaged and your shoulders down and away from the ears. If you're in full eagle arms, lift the elbows slightly, somewhere to about shoulder height. If you fall out of the pose, simply work to get back into it. This is a great practice for learning that we don't need to give up in frustration when we can't do something right the first time. Let's release here, or when you are ready, unwind the body, bring both feet to the mat, circle out your standing foot, and come sitting down to the mat. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. Reach your fingertips forward to the front of the room, and slowly with controlled breath, begin to lower one vertebrae at a time all the way down to the mat. Stretch the fingertips behind you, point your toes. Lower the arms alongside body. Walk your heels in towards your glutes, bending the knees for pigeon on your back. Cross the right ankle to the left thigh. Keep your right foot flexed and point the right knee away from your upper body. If it's available to you, you might interlace your hands behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin, hugging your right leg closer in towards your upper body. If that's not available, keep the left foot into the mat. We're here for 2 more breaths. Using your exhale to lower the left foot if it was lifted, taking half of a happy baby, reaching for the outer blade of the right foot with the right hand, or you can take both hands to your right foot, sole of the foot facing the ceiling. Left leg can straighten out towards the bottom of the mat, or you can keep your left knee bent. Press firmly into the right foot, drawing right knee in towards the outer ribs. Exhaling, release right foot to the mat. Cross the left ankle to right thigh for reclined pigeon on the other side. Left foot flexes to protect the left knee. Interlacing the hands behind the right thigh or in front of the right shin, or keeping right foot into the mat. One last breath. Exhale, moving into half of a happy baby, reaching for the left foot, sole of the foot facing the ceiling. Right leg can straighten out towards the bottom of the mat, or you might keep your right knee bent. We're here for one more deep breath. Lowering the left foot to the mat, bend the right knee, bring the soles of the feet together, open the knees towards the outline of your mat. Cactus the arms out to the side. Soften the facial muscles. Enjoy this moment of stillness as you allow the breath to rise and fall naturally. Staying here as long as you'd like, or taking it into your Shavasana when you're ready. Thank you so much for practicing with me today and for joining me in Lighten Up.